There we go. That moves a lot easier. Will not wash out. Let me real quick mess with my phone here. Swipe up. Change audio. Speaker. All right, well that should be working then. But well, that's good. When there's a mark here, that goes on either one of those. Looks like it was on that one. Get in there. All right. There we go. See that gap? I don't like that. Keep it good. I don't know why that's like that. That's in there, right? That's gonna be a problem. Let's loosen that up and redo that. I wonder if that's warped. Let's tighten that up, and if that's not tight, that's what it is. Oh, that's better. Not great. This discolorization here, this is from the motor heating up and the bearing actually discoloring the plastic or whatever. This is like a resin, whatever the hell this shit's made out of. We got this guy. I'll go on here. We're just gonna put a drop of oil on there. He'll go here. Put this guy on. Then where did it go? Well, we'll use a rag. Usually I've got a strap wrench I like to use for this. But, what the hell? Get on there. There we go. Take this. This is kind of corroded. This vacuum came from the East Coast. So, a little bit of WD-40 and corrosion cleaned up. Just wipe off any excess. You guys are welcome to talk. You don't have to deafen yourself. That's why I did it on Discord and not YouTube. I thought we'd get a conversation going here. That's as good as that's gonna be. I'll just take this by hand and make sure nothing's rubbing. We're good. That's good for another day. Yeah, WD-40 gets everywhere. All right, now for that, we got those. That guy's gonna go in there, kind of. There we go. All this stuff took a trip in the dishwasher pretty much, except for like this stuff.
I thought that was the dishwasher.
It is a dishwasher, that's a proper pronunciation. Excuse me. Alright, there we go. That's the... So, I've always kind of liked how these sat in there, just on a slant. Alright, we got... couple. Before I forget it, let's put this thing here. These I always hand wash. These things get destroyed real easily. They sound dampening material. Alright. And there's the cord rewind. Oh God, I just noticed something. This cord rewind is not long for this world. As I picked it up off the bench. Well, that's gonna need, that one's garbage basically. Once that happens.
Did it break off?
Yeah, you can see.
I can't see it. Oh, there he goes, okay.
Yeah. If it's just the tabs that break, it's fine, but these have been breaking right here lately. Let's see what we can do about that. They're just we can't make it any worse. That's a shame. All right. You can see what...
Can't glue a thing like that?
You know, it's got something moving on it and creating friction. So it's generally a bad idea. But, you know, glue is free, so bad ideas, I might glue it and then come back later and change it out. But that's a shame. And it's just simply from over pulling it. What's weird is this was in a this was shipped to me by a collector friend, so I kind of did not expect to see this sort of stuff. But cord rewinds are the sort of thing that break on vacuums.
That was a pretty common problem we ran into.
I would say I saw it more in the 500 series than the 5000, but it's definitely not unheard of. It's definitely something you'd keep in stock in a vacuum store. Well, I've never tried to glue one. Let's see. Some plastic can't be super glued either. That's the other weird thing that can happen. Yep. It is that kind of plastic. Now, you want to learn something new about super glue. If it's wet like that and you can't get it to press bond, a little bit of Windex makes chemical reaction and we'll react with the super glue to make it cure.
Really?
Yep. So you saw that it cured and changed color. That way it's not all sticky on my hands.
Wow.
So that's, well,
I know you tried epoxy and some other things too.
I've used all sorts of stuff. I was going to try some JB Weld 5-minute epoxy. See what happens. I've just never really tried to fix one of these because I've always had the parts available. Now that I'm not at a store every day or ever, that's a problem. Yeah. I don't know. That pisses me off.
Is that part still available?
Oh, yeah. These 5000 series are fully available. Assuming that they're in the country. Miele's had some parts supply problems due to pandemic and all that crap. So, we'll give it a try. Well, we'll give it a try. Why not?
Why not? It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, you can't break something that's already broken.
Exactly.
So,
So much better than Instagram.
I would thought about doing Instagram or like YouTube, but I like that we can all just talk and chat in Discord.
Right.
Oh, that might be. Wonder if that's still good. Well, it smells like epoxy. These little cups are so handy for doing this sort of thing. Well, I don't think it's gonna work, but
Can't hurt to try.
I said I would assemble this machine on camera, and I thought it was fully functional because it was when I took it apart. If I had known it had this, I would have had the part waiting.
Well, sometimes you just don't know till you get in there.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. The worst thing is when a customer brings in the machine and it's working, and then you take it apart, and the lack of friction of the machine being apart, this sort of thing happens, and then the customer thinks you broke their machine or something. And, you know, yeah.
That's why you put colored tape on your cords.
Well, that's exactly why I do it, especially with the variety of machines I own. Like, it's hard for me to remember which one has a 19-foot cord or a 20-foot cord. So I like to use all of my collection. So I think it's kind of just in the interest of preserving. Well, I epoxied that Bosch handle. All right.
Every time I pull the cord out of the D4, I keep thinking I should put some tape on it, but you can kind of feel it. This starts to get a little stiff, and I stop.
Yeah, I put some on my D4 because it is ridiculously long. That SIBO cord is just so long.
Yeah. Did you get your filters yet?
No, I just got a text message from the guy who owns that store. Said, "Oh, I'm gonna order your parts and they'll be in next week," and it's killing me. All right. Well, instead of holding this together with a clamp, I'm going to use a little bit of tape, and we'll see what happens there. None of these have been. I've been fixing a lot of Miele's lately, so none of them have been good enough where I can do the fix. There's a great little fix where you can use one of these. We'll do that. Where you can use one of these where it breaks and fix the cord rewind. This is not one of them, unfortunately. It really makes me upset because this is a fix I've done for years, and it lasts for just about ever. Like, it's really good. The other thing I do with epoxy is I don't throw this around away right away. I like to keep it around so I know where when it's hardened. All right. Well, yeah, and then also I know if the mixture is wrong or something like that, because epoxy is a chemical reaction. You know, I've had that happen before too. Not with vacuums, but with other things. So we're just gonna put the rest of this together.
So are you keeping this machine, or are you sending it back to the collector?
Nope. He is life-changing circumstances, so he's getting rid of a whole bunch of his collection. It's Howie Howitzer on here is where this machine came from.
So does this fill a hole in the gap that you had?
Yes and no. This is more of a, it was a good deal, and I have a sentimental attachment to this machine because I sold, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these a week for years. I would say my last car was paid in fully by this machine, just from selling this machine. So that's kind of, and I have a Capricorn, but I don't have the basic one. And this is the more basic one. You know, I say basic, this was a $850 machine.
And what year was that?
This one would have been right before Obama got off. No, this is a 2009. This would have been after Obama, but right around Obama election is what I remember. Using presidents as reference for time periods is pretty good. You know, it's a 4 or 8 year period. And as you see, as I put that together, unfortunately, once this is together, you can't make the adjustment on the bag check. So if the bag check adjustment's wrong, I then have to take this whole thing apart and redo it. One thing I'm not so hot on the design of this. But this is... Oh, you know what? Before we do that, this and this need to go on there. As I've said in the field, I throw these away in the field just because customers generally don't want to pay for a new one of these. But considering it's not going to actually get any dirt or dust off it, you know, it's going to the collection. Let's give that some lubrication. I don't like how that feels. Oh, that's working now. All right, that works. That goes. That has to bond. Well, we'll investigate something else. It came with one of these, and it came with another nozzle. Came with one of these as well, but I want to use this on a different vacuum. Oh, that's kind of gross. That should be washed. Yeah. And this machine would have come with 3 different nozzles. You kind of had your choice back in the day. And you can see the paper shreddings from when it was shipped here, just everywhere. Let us central vacuum that away. We'll actually be doing that for the rest of it as well here in a second. That. Those are, that's a 9. There's a 10. Yeah, this would have been sold with the 217 at the time, or the 236, or the 226, depending on the the customer and the dealer. I always loved how fast these pop apart. I wish they would have just made a bigger one of these with a full-size brush roller. Would have been kind of cool. Yeah, this machine is bleh. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there. What? Which brush roller?
Yeah, I just asked which brush roller was in it. You said it was, you didn't come for it.
Well, the 217, yeah, it just doesn't work on a lot of carpet, especially my soft carpet. I had an apartment in Albuquerque that I used one of these for years. I daily drove the thing, and that was just fine. But like most carpet in the United States, I think it's just not adequate. Yeah. Well.
Was that power knowledge made by Visselberg?
Yes, it was. Let me turn it over, and I will show you the little stamp. Right there. Yep. Yeah, it sure was. All right, well, this is all nasty, so we are...
Dishwasher.
Well, the dishwasher's in use. It's got an Electrolux in it. So we're...
Which one?
Well, my childhood Electrolux. You can see it's going. So we'll just wash it out real quick in the sink. I've got way too many projects going right now. I don't know what it has been about 2021, but like every vacuum has come my way that I did not ask for, but wanted. And then my wife has been particularly supportive on the whole thing, so that's been nice.
So which model Electrolux you have?
I have a PN2 power nozzle for an Olympia special.
Olympia, that's the one you grew up with.
Uh-huh. With the cord rewind.
I don't think we ever talked about that. I was curious about which one you grew up with.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with, was an Olympia special, and I have pictures of me like 4 years old pushing the vacuum around.
That's awesome.
And I've got pictures of my old golden retriever before she died with the vacuum in the background. So when I do the retrospective on that, I'll include those pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, I need to move some stuff out of the drying rack now. Oh.
It's just nice that you have a place.
It really is. This is something interesting. This is the full bag check indicator from that Viking.
Oh wow!
Look how big that thing is.
The Viking that looks like an Electrolux?
Yeah, it's an Electrolux. It is made by Electrolux.
That thing is cool.
Yeah. I found a new door for it where mine was cracked, so that's the new one. I'm gonna replace it here eventually. And when I do that, I'm gonna just do the video that way, because it's a lot. I can do it a lot faster now that I'm not exploring a new machine and worried about breaking things. So that's why there hasn't been a video on that yet. There we go. And these just dry so fast. By the time I'm done putting the rest of it together, this should be dry and ready to go. As good as it needs to be for a, well, that's yuck. This came from New York, so it has that like East Coast like dampness to all the dirt on there. I don't know if you've experienced that, but everything in New York is like got this damp dirt on it.
I've never experienced that.
I noticed it on all the buildings when I went to the East Coast a couple years ago. I think it might have something to do with the salt water too, but California doesn't have it, so I don't know why New York has it.
That's where I grew up, so yeah, I never noticed anything like that.
Really? Where in?
Southern California, Long Beach.
Oh, Long Beach. All right.
Yeah, it's just different in the western parts of the United States.
Yeah, it is.
I bet the whole East Coast kind of is kind of that way. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the whole East Coast. I'm not too hot on all of the East Coast. No offense, but I'm just feel people a little too uptight out there. Do that some. All right.
Good.
All right. So that will go there. Yeah. So that's the. Here. We'll. Excuse my reach. Turn the lights on here. Yeah. So that's the bag indicator that's going to go on this machine.
Okay. Yeah.
And this machine, it's got a crack right here, and then I had to glue these two screws in. So I was happy to find one of those. So
very good.
we had.
Yeah, that turned nice, Alex. That looks great.
Thank you. I'm excited about that, and the lights are a lot better here now too. So the stuff I filmed right here, I think, has been decent as well.
Yes. Yes. It's really good. So your vacuum room now is it empty and just the central vacuum?
No. That's still full. Let me. Now come now, Dalai Lama. No, we still. No, I'm the man, unfortunately, of 100 vacuums, or fortunately, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then I've got more right here.
Yeah.
These have been sitting behind my milling machine for a minute. So, yeah. I got quite a...
Is your count about 100 now?
Yeah, we're approaching there, probably 90 some. I try not to count things.
It's probably about 100.
It probably is, realistically speaking. Oh, I didn't bring this to wash. All right, let's... Oh, man, this is melted on there. What the fuck? Well, it's melted in place there.
Oh, wow.
All right, you can see where it just melted away.
It got hot at some point.
Well, stuff gets in these hair and stuff, and this is something that's, you know, I think when they first came up with this brush roller in the late 80s, you know, maybe oiling or cleaning your vacuum was more of a thing. This is kind of like a filter queen in the way that you have to oil it and clean it.
Yeah. Okay.
The cool thing is, once I scrape the melted stuff away with the edge of a screwdriver, this will be A-okay. Actually, we're gonna... This is...
Can you clean it up on your...
It's exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna go back, excuse the sloppy camera work here.
I think this is wonderful.
And we will go here. And where is... I need to bring some Tide down here. I keep meaning to bring a bottle of Tide and keep it down here and one upstairs. But this soap will work for this. You can see the nastiness just coming off that. All right, well that's That's as clean as that's gonna get in the sink. We'll go to the grinding room now. And I've been doing some buffing as well.
On a vacuum or on something else?
No, I've been doing plastic buffing, trying to polish some of these things. So this is an interesting machine right here. This is something my dad made and gave me. This has, and you notice the quick drill chuck on here that he put on here. This is like a washing machine motor or something. I'm not sure what it is. But he made it along with the variable speed that's on here as well.
Interesting.
So that's just something I have. And then the grinder, we will do that. Turn on the big sweeping flaps. And that's as clean as that's gonna get. This Beldar grinder is so quiet, I often forget to turn it off. All right, back to the bench here. So the thing with this is they cool themselves with these bearings, these holes by the bearings, and those need to be kept clean. All right, safety glasses. Turn though. So now that looks good. And grab some Q-tips here. And clean out the rest of that. You know, the advantage of collecting vacuums is you can have a lot more of them than you can automobiles.
Yeah. You need a warehouse for one.
You need to be Jay Leno for that.
That's right. He's got a big collection.
He's got a big collection. What's cool about him is he does like a lot of his own oil changes and stuff. He works on it with his staff. So I've always kind of admired how he's done things. He's one of the few celebrities I really have liked over the years. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. There's not much to clean up here. So yeah, I was expecting to be putting the machine together, but hopefully that cord reel fix works here in a minute. We'll check the epoxy. You notice that's...
It's set now.
Yeah, that's set now. Now I can throw that away. I know it's... The bond is working. I've got a video of me unboxing this machine, by the way. I just need to edit it. This machine came with another machine as well. Where is the? Oh, that will. Oh, yeah. Get that out of there. Whatever that was. And. Well, yeah. So the older ones, you could like pull this. Let me change the camera angle. These older ones, you used to be able to like pull out and get in a lot easier. The newer style motor. There we go. These rubber caps are just harder to get out.
The newer motors, basically the same as that motor.
This is the newer motor, I guess, of this style.
Okay.
I mean, they made this motor for this power head for a very long time. There was a slightly bigger one with a different part. All right, the headspace is good. If the motor shakes this way, you need to wedge it. So we got that. Oh, well, let me go get the rest of it. We're gonna speed things up here. Use a little compressed air. All right. Now, the belt, a little bit of soap on the belt. You'd be surprised how much just the soap on the belt quiets the machine down.
Are being asked, is that just for cog belts, or would that work on smooth belts?
It's just for cogged belts.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and it's a sewing machine trick.
Oh.
Is where I learned that. Yeah. I actually have been trained by Bernina USA in terms of how to fix their sewing machines at one time.
Okay.
But I hate doing it. Everything you do on a sewing machine, you work in fractions of a needle.
Oh.
Think about how precise that is. So it'll be like 3/10 of a needle over to the left, and you know, that's always, yeah. You know, I would fix maybe 4 Bernina machines a day, maybe 5 if there was an easy one in there. And that would be, you know, a 9-10 hour shift. That's just frustrating. You know, with vacuums, I can get them out, you know, typically about a half hour to an hour I can get a vacuum out.
Yeah, you were pretty quick with them.
Yeah.
I noticed that goes.
Yeah, I have some people complain occasionally that they think I'm too rough or whatever, and a lot of that was just bad camera work, you know, because it used to be if I set the screwdriver down, you know, the whole camera would bounce up.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you were being... Yeah, you weren't like
I'm
using the machines or anything.
No. I mean, because I have to give them back to the customer, and, you know, we had a warranty on everything. Believe me, if anything was breaking, you know, we would... But... And then I'll...
Hear about it.
Yeah, and one of our benches was really wobbly that I worked on at one of the stores. So that didn't help either. You know, this bench I'm on is really solid because I built it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you build that?
Yeah, I did. Nobody else would have a 4-inch long bench or wide bench here. All right, this has to go. Which one was the melted side? All right, that'll work. So we'll put this. These are eccentric. There we go. Excuse me, I'm gonna blow this off. Now, something you can do is you can actually put this together like this and forget the 4 screws, and it will stay together the way everything interlocks.
Oh. But then when you took that off, everything else would come off too.
Exactly. Yeah. Give it just a little bit of lubrication there. I also used to have a boss who would just come by and, anytime we were lubricating something or something, he would always make some sort of remark about it. And still to this day, sometimes when I work on stuff, I hear his voice in my head, you know. making some lewd comment.
What would you say?
You know, if it doesn't work, try spitting on it. All sorts of lewd things. He was a good boss, but he was very lewd, to say the least.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. He ended up that business went out of business. His wife was kind of a gold digger, and when the business stopped being so profitable, left him, unfortunately. But he remarried and did other things.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. So that's as good as that's going to be for now. Let's check on our epoxy job here. See if I can get this stuff off of here. Usually it doesn't stick to the masking tape for whatever reason. Nope.
Is it still loose?
Yeah, it's kind of set on there too. We're gonna let that set for a bit. I think if I would read the container or know where I put the container, here it is. Let's see here, safety directions. Does this have a 5-minute set time? Usually it's like 5 minutes, and then you need to have it for like 45 minutes or something. Doesn't say. Oh well.
So, what model machine are you working on? What one? Okay, yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I tried gluing the cord reel because the cord reel was broken. I didn't think it was broken. Let's just do this. We're gonna pull this blue tape off. Yeah. Take the extra epoxy out of here. Yeah, the epoxy's kind of gummy right now. It's not quite set. I don't really like that. All right, so I'm not sure this is gonna come back together. Unfortunately, I'm really disappointed I can't bring you this machine because that cord reel is just not gonna, that's probably not gonna last. Well, we'll put the rest. Can I? Yeah, I guess, you know what, screw it. There we go. We'll do this. I will put the rest of it together, just not the way I intended. Well, maybe not. I hate ghetto rigging stuff like this. It's just not, it's not proper. This is frustrating. Alright, well, let's see if this thing, let's see what happens. Yeah, that's not even gonna go on there. You can see the split there. Oh, maybe. All right, well, okay. All right, I guess it is back together. I don't know if you ever seen one of these, but they have this nice little system you can catch this, and it will just go in like so. And that catches the spring. And it says when you take one of these out of the package to wind it 3 times. So one more time. All right, let's see what happens here when we put everything back together. Oh, I do not like broken things. I don't think that's gonna turn on. Let's find out. That's not sketchy or anything. Well, I guess it's gonna work. I guess it is gonna work. Give that some lubrication. Well, that's cool. I guess it's working. Imagine that. Imagine that. I'm real excited about that. I don't care. I'm so happy. All right, got that. We got screws to go in. Oh, help me. I am excited about this. It is going to work. Bingo. Some water. This guy feels a little loose. Ah, he's not in this place. There we go. That's better. There we go. I don't believe that. Everything just worked. Imagine that. Almost forgot. So in Europe, this is a relief valve. In the United States, we just get a plastic block. Alright. Yeah. Oh my. That's looking like a Miele now. Oh. Brilliant. Hey, Tracy. Oh, so I can do this without it. There we go. Let me go get some bags. There we go. That's better. And we got I gotta cut the bag dock is just not right. There you go. That motor could sound better. Let's give it a proper test. Aha. Oh my. Well, that works. Happy with that. You ever use this stuff? Don't want to mix up my crevice tools. One of these gets used in the shop. This is that smells like dishwasher detergent. I'm gonna go clean this up. There we go. Bueno. Well, I'm happy with that.